What's up, everyone? It's me, Django, back with another video. Um, Today I'm gonna be talking about something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. Um, and it wasn't until yesterday that I thought, it prompted a video that I could make. And this idea is adding a no building mode to Fortnite, right? Um, So, myself, I come from playing PUBG. I played PUBG when it first came out in 2017, and I played for as long as I can remember. I'm pretty sure I've got more than 100 hours logged into PUBG on Steam. And so, PUBG was really a cornerstone for the Battle Royale genre. Obviously, everyone knows PUBG, everyone, has talked about it, everyone's at least played it at least once. And so I came from PUBG, played it for a while, experienced a little bit of burnout, and I'm pretty sure everyone else kind of felt the same way. And so I kind of fell out of playing PUBG and went on my own way of playing different games like Black Desert Online and just all these other type of games that really strayed and didn't have the impact of Battle Royale on it yet. Not like now where almost every single game has some form of a Battle Royale game mode in one way or another. And so Fortnite comes out in September 2017. I had heard of it because I had gotten into the alpha of the original game for the Save the World mode. And so when they announced that they were making a Battle Royale, I thought it was cool. But I was one of those original people who thought, oh, they're just ripping off PUBG. So a couple more months pass, and I didn't have an actual PC build time. I was playing on a laptop. I was playing PUBG on a laptop. And it wasn't until March of last year, 2018, that I finally built my first PC. And I'd made a deal with one of my friends that if he downloaded SCP Secret Laboratory, I would download Fortnite. So he did, and I did, and I soon became obsessed with the game. It just felt nice compared to PUBG. It was very optimized. The art style was really cool. Fortnite overall was an amazing game. When I started playing, I played about halfway through Season 3. And back then, it was a meme to build immediately after being shot upon, right? The meme was, if you shot at a John Wick, he built a fort. And so I'll go ahead and show a video here real quick of an example of that, where, someone actually made a video of the meme of a John Wick getting shot and proceeding to, go absolutely insane. Go ahead and check this out.
Nope.
So as you can see there, while it was a meme during Season 3, that's become meta. That's 100% accurate to almost what every single Fortnite game is now. And that's not to take away from the skill that it takes to be able to do something like that, right? You have to be able to dedicate hours upon hours of learning how to build so that you can, win a build battle. But because of this, the learning curve seems to keep climbing and climbing. And I mean, looking at myself, I'd consider myself okay at building. I wouldn't even say I'm good, honestly. In retrospect, I'm probably really bad at building. I know how to spam build, but not on the extent of, that some people know how to do, or like how some console player, like if I were to play against, a high tier console player, I'd probably end up losing, because there's a lot of people out there who are really dedicated to, owning the craft that is being able to build as fast as they can. And I mean, one of the perfect examples is Tfue. I mean, he's probably one of the best Fortnite players in the game, even better than Ninja. I mean, if you watch his streams, he builds insane. It's absolutely like ridiculous how fast he can build. But this got me thinking recently, why can't there be a no building mode? And I looked into it on Google, and there's a lot of backlash / negative response to the idea of a no building mode. Go ahead and check these out. These are some of the responses that I've seen to people politely and civilly proposing the idea of the potential of a no building mode. So as you can see, there's a lot of backlash. People really do not like the idea of there being a no building mode, and a lot of people seem to come up with an argument that I see a lot personally, is that building is what made Fortnite famous. Building is Fortnite's cornerstone signature mark on the Battle Royale genre, right? No one had done it before. No one still has tried it. I mean, there's the rip-offs of Fortnite, but in terms of distinguishing popular Battle Royales, Fortnite is the only one to successfully do building and have a player base that's okay with it. And so an argument that I see is building is what made Fortnite popular. Learn to build and get good, or go play a different BR. There are tens of hundreds of other BRs that don't have building. Why don't you go play those? Or another argument that I see being made, which doesn't really make sense to me, is building is what made Fortnite unique from every other BR. Epic would never remove their signature mark on the game. And I see this argument a lot, and what I think that people fail to understand about this argument they make is that we're not suggesting they remove building altogether. It's more of a suggestion that they add a game mode with no building, right? So while building is the main avenue of their reputation, they could just add a mode on the side for the people who don't like the building, because I know there's a lot of people who don't like the building but love the art style and the optimization and the feel of Fortnite altogether. And another argument I see being made a lot is a no building mode would be impossible. It would break the game. Actually, I wouldn't say a lot, but I've seen a person try to make the argument that Fortnite as a game was created, or the Battle Royale mode at least, was created with building in mind, and that no building just simply wouldn't work, which is not true. Any game can work as long as it's reworked to work around it, right? So it got me thinking, like, there's all these arguments. Well, how can I counter it? You know, what can I come up with as a potentially feasible argument that would make a no building mode feasible, right? I just said feasible like 20 times in a row, but what could I argue so that no building mode could seem convincing enough for it to be a potential prospect for the future? And so, like I said, one of the key things of Fortnite is building, and with building comes mass destruction, right? It usually typically only takes about a full clip of a gun to destroy a structure, right? You can destroy a wall with one clip. You have the picks where you can destroy trees, you can destroy buildings, you can destroy rocks. And so one of the first things they'd have to do in order to make a no building mode is make everything indestructible, from buildings, trees, rocks, all these other things. Everything would have to be indestructible as to emulate, so that you can't, shoot someone out of cover, and it creates that more tactical sense to add to the game. One thing I did see in some of the arguments was that if there was a no building mode, it would be more impossible because there are chests out of reach that you would not be able to get unless there was building or there was destruction. And that is a feasible argument, but this is also easily countered by Epic can just move all the chest spawns from wherever they're unreachable to somewhere where they are reachable, right? I'm sure it's easy. I doubt it would take, another year of development. It's something that can easily be fixed, right? If you were to come out with a no building mode, you obviously have to take the chests that are on the rooftops, or you have to take the chests that are, hidden in buildings that would require you to destroy walls to get. And you can also make the exception that some buildings can have loot on the roof because you can just drop on them, right? So that would be another thing that they would have to do in order to make a no building mode possible. And one of the last things that they'd have to do is potentially add a prone mode. With PUBG, adding a prone mode makes the game far more tactical in a sense. You're laying closer to the ground, and so it creates this intense atmosphere of, I'm on the lookout, but someone can easily crawl up on me if they know how to look for me and kill me instead. And so the whole idea of no building in general is meant to create a more tactical sense. The reason I don't have much fun with Fortnite anymore is the fact that people just spam build. Like I mentioned before, the whole meme in season 3 was that, if you shot a John Wick, they spam built. But now that's meta. That's what people do. That's just kind of a given. Building is fundamental to the combat of Fortnite. And to me personally, it feels like it just takes away from the tactical sense of the game. It now turns into a game of who can build faster and higher in a shorter period of time. And so I want to be able to relive that tactical aspect that PUBG recreated. And like I said, the argument that, just go play a different BR, it doesn't really hold up because, I've already spent a bunch of money, and that alone isn't an argument to make against, go play a different BR. It was my choice to spend as much money in Fortnite as I have. But there are not many other games that can offer the same art style, or that can offer the same optimization, the play style, the feel that Fortnite offers. And yeah, the map at the moment isn't optimal for a no building mode, but they could easily just make a no building mode in the current map, and there are certain places that you can't reach, but it still allows for that tactical prowess. In PUBG, you don't need a reason to go to the highest mountains in the game. And so if there wasn't no building mode, you wouldn't have a reason to go to the highest mountains in Fortnite, right? You can sit in buildings. And it's a potential that, if there wasn't no building mode, they could create a new map just for it. But that's also where you can counter the argument of, are you aware of the development time that it would take to make a new map? And so there is that counter argument to, they can just make a new map. And I feel like a no building mode in general will actually just help Fortnite, right? Like I said, myself, I like Fortnite. I like the art style, I like the play style, I like the optimization and so forth. But I can't keep up with these people who, dedicate hours to, honing the building skill. And so adding a no building mode also appeals to other people outside of the game. It ushers in a new wave of players, people who want to like Fortnite, that still play PUBG, but there's the building aspect that drives them away. Now that you have a no building mode, you completely bring in and you completely cater to a new audience. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people that currently play that would love the idea of a no building mode. I know there's a lot of people that don't find fun in the normal modes anymore, so they only play the limited time modes, and that's myself included. And what sucks about only playing limited time modes is that you want the same XP as winning a normal match, but you don't want to have to put up with the building. And so it's an issue because it's like, I can play limited time modes and have fun, but get no XP, or I can play normal modes, hate my life, with the potential of also not winning and not getting the XP I need in order to level up my battle pass, if that's what you're going for. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I just want to make sure that I emphasize the fact that I'm not suggesting the removal of building. People who want a no building mode don't want building removed from the game flat out, right? That's not what I'm suggesting. That's not what anyone else is suggesting when they say, hey, can Epic add a no building mode? We just want a mode where we feel like we can go back to the roots of feeling a sense of tactical gameplay, or, you know, where people aren't relying on spam building. And so that's my video. Just wanted to talk about it. Didn't really know where else to put it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with my points? Do you know, what do you feel like they could add to a potential no building mode in order to make it better? And, you know, just let me know what you think, whether you're against it or you're for it. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.